Me again!
But why do you use a phrase like black is beautiful?
Because black is commonly associated with negatives. The black market, the black sheep of the family, anything which is supposed to be bad.
Then why do you use the word? Why call yourselves black? I mean, you people are more brown than black.
Why do you call yourselves white? You people are more pink than white.
Precisely.
White people did not exist before 1681. Again, white people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681. Number two, any claim that this group called white people, any claim that that group is rooted in biology or derived from genes or biology or is innate or is from nature is a lie. Third and final point, as a matter of foundational law, actually let me say it this way, white supremacy has been embedded in the United States of America from its founding as a matter of law. So they passed the law of 1681, and in this law, it made it illegal for British and other white women from marrying a Negro slave. And furthermore, the law punished any landholder who encouraged the marriages and any religious authority who performed it. This law equals the invention of the human category white. So,
Shalom. Call halal Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule well, who taught me this truth. Enough respect and salutations to the fellow Akim, the house of David, the hopefully elect. Peace to the elect. Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Barakathum to you, Akim, as well as the sincere Akwat that are listening and learning. This is your brother Yahawah from the Birmingham branch coming to you again with this 100% doctrine. And this lesson is going to be, those of you that's in the know, we understand we have a more sure word of prophecy concerning who our adversaries are, mainly the chief enemy being Esau, Edom. And you have to ask yourself these questions. Where did they get the term white from? And why would they label us black? You know, these things you have to understand, but the scriptures speak well on these things, man, on who would be what characteristics they have, what type of attributes they would have in their arsenal, you know. Obadiah 6 tells you what? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And these latter times, that son of perdition is being revealed. All right? Psalm 64:8 says that their tongue shall fall upon themselves. So who is this person that has the dominion over the planet Earth, man? Let's go to the book of Daniel. You get a precept. This is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. And this is what this devil continued to do. Even to this day, he continued to blaspheme the Most High. It says, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, which he has done, and he has continued to do so. It says, and think, and think to change times and laws. Now, we just jumped into the, the spring forward time as of last week or so. The hour, spring forward. So that means you lost the hour of sleep. That's him thinking to change times. All right? Laws. Well, again, this anti-miscegenation law, 1681, first appearance of what? White, referencing a group of humanity. But this is the scriptures being fulfilled. Why do you say that? Because this is the vagabond and the fugitive. You see? Why would you want to take on identities of other nations? Why you want to take on identities that is not yours, made up identities? In every movie, from this man's perspective, he painted himself to be the hero, the villain, and the chosen. And this is all in the scriptures. This is Daniel chapter 8 and verse 24. And it says, "And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people, which he have done." Just Google yoke of iron. Just Google slave ships. Google lynchings. Mainly the one we reference always in these parts are the brother Claude Neal. The spectacular lynching of Claude Neal, where he was broke out of jail by white supremacists, so-called white supremacists, Edomites, took down to a state called Florida and was selling tickets on the way there. Schools let out early, churches closed down early, just to observe a lynching. That's him destroying the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. What benefit do they have on telling a so-called white woman you can't marry a so-called Negro? You see? And how did he do that? Through his laws, through his legislations, through his policies. It says, "And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace," when they shall say what? Peace and safety, "shall destroy many." So even though this man coming to you, he's sending the LeBrons, the Stephen A's, the Dapper Dans. He's sending all these model figures, of our people, trying to convince us to do something. Well, by peace he shall destroy many, man. That's the scripture say. It says, "He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken with our hand." That's right. YAHAWASHI is going to take only an hour to take this man out, man. You see? And we'll continue to expose that man of perdition. All right? Most people probably don't understand where the term white and black come from and why we don't associate with labeling ourselves as black. All right? That's a negative, derogatory statement because it means what it says it means. There's no light in blackness, right? And what about whitening? This is to control the narrative. This is to continue to keep your minds at bay, not for you to think for yourself. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4, "Who opposeth and exalt himself above all that is called the Most High." Yeah, he shall speak wonderfully about his science. Everything is science, 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 science. When in actuality, all right, I forgot the scientific method is an off process. That's not an accurate process. A theory is just a thought. You may not know these things in high school, may not know these things in the first couple of years of college. But once you get to do your research yourself, as we here at Great Millstone encourage you to do, you come to find out that everything is flipped upside down because of this guy exalting himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. One instance is the Big Bang. What knowledge and information and education can you get out of the Big Bang? Just a gas ball exploded. Well, where did the gas come from? I mean, really? And they hang their hat on these things. All right? And that's them just bucking up against everything authoritative over them. Micah 2 and 1 tells you, "Woe to them that devise iniquity." And this is them devising iniquity. When they came to the West Coast in Africa, when they came over here to the Americas on that genocide campaign, and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And YAHAWASHI gave them that dominion, gave them that, that rulership, that consolation prize. Well, you can control what's going on in the planet Earth, and you can push out the vibrations that you want to have out on the planet Earth. Well, we see what the vibration is. All right? We see that, what? And they covet fields, and that trickles down to the people that are like them. And they take them by violence. That goes down to, what? Esau, Edom. And houses, and take them away, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. You the Egyptians, you the Grecians, you the Romans, you the Europeans, you the Caucasians, you the Jews, you the Israelites, you're the Australians, you're the South Africans, you're the Russians, I mean, really? How we got to keep going for you to continue to hide your face as a fugitive would. A fugitive, when he's on the run, he take on many identities. So you can't pinpoint who the hell he is, you see? But see, everything is turned upside down for these devils. And they're miserable. You see? First and foremost, they tongue falling among themselves. And that's just a short skit. They show themselves, in movies. All right? And if you're not wise, you don't have the discernment to decipher what's going on, then hey, hey, ask the Lord, to increase your faith, increase your knowledge. This is Baruch 4:31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Why are they miserable? Because shameful spewing is being made on their glory. Here it is. You go to buy a house. You go to get a loan to buy a home. You go to get a loan to buy a car. All right. You go get a personal loan, just to, take care of a few things that you need to take care of. They want to dive into your credit history. Well, we're going to have to make inquisition of him. We got to go into his history. We have to understand where his history comes from. How has things been hidden out? How are the things that Esau searched up? Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Verse 32. Miserable is she that received thy sons. In America, that whore, she received them too. She didn't say no. She didn't say, no, you're doing the wrong thing. But you had this one case, Amistad. Come on, man. It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. And this is what's taking place. You see? See how about YAHAWASHI is taking away all the mirth, all the rejoicing. What it is. Here at Miami, you just had fights amongst Jake. Here it is at the Capitol, you have fights amongst the left and the right. Here it is, you have the so-called Jews fighting against the so-called Christians. Everything is right. Everything is ready, all right, for YAHAWASHI to break into action, man. And this is what we here to warn you about. Again, verse 34. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride, who is the proudest, shall be turned into mourning. And that's a beautiful thing that YAHAWASHI going to do. Is going to step in on our behalf. Hey, you have to be pretty much in the favor of the Lord for him to step in on your behalf. You have to do the things that's pleasing to YAHAWASHI for him to step in on your behalf. You see? This is Psalms 12:3. The Lord, YAHAWASHI, shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speaketh proud things. Well, we're the white race and we're the dominant. We're the most, in actuality, you're the true Neanderthals. You're the true base men and women and children. You don't belong in society. You belong in chains. You understand? Who have said, with our tongue we will prevail, our lips are our own, who is Lord over us. And this is what you think. Michael 1 tells you what? You think you're going to go back and build a desolate places, which you did. You tried to accomplish that feat. Hey, nevertheless, the Lord is going to destroy this place. You see? YAHAWASHI is going to disappoint you, and you're not going to be able to rise for those ashes, as you deem to call Phoenix. You're not going to be able to rise from these ashes, man. Ezekiel 18:18. As for his father, because he cruelly oppressed, spoiled his brother by violence, and did that which is not good among his people. Lo, even he shall die in his iniquity. Well, why does it say his people? Why does it say his brother? So when you go back to Shem, all right, we're all descendants of Shem. Mainly Esau and mainly Jacob, man. Which we are the descendants from what? Isaac. You see, Isaac, Abraham descendants from Shem. Okay? And this is why we are one people. You got the red Hebrew Edomite, and you got the Israelite. The Hebrew Israelite. All right? Same blood, different bloodline. You get it? So let's end this off in the book of Job, chapter 24, verse 24. And it says, they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. Yeah. They're being brought low by the word, by the fire that is speaking through the scriptures, through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. For a man to create laws and legislations to cover their ass, and to continue to write laws and legislations to cover those laws and legislations, and to continue on to cover those laws and legislations which they just wrote to cover those laws and legislations they just wrote. And all of a sudden come out with a House bill and a policy that say, okay, well, that's done away with. We're going to do with this. For a man to cover up his doings and his whereabouts, you're a fucking vagabond, man. You're a fugitive. You're guilty of your own laws. And that's why inquisition is being made. They are exalted for a little while, Job 24 and 24, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. That's where you get that shucking from, that shucking and jiving. Well, we already know Esau shucking and jiving like a little child, man. He need to go and come on with it. You know what I'm talking about? Because you've been found out. Sorry. Your cup has runneth over. Your course has your ways have ran its course. Job 24 and 25. And if it be not so, Salakia, if it be so now, Salakia, I'm excited. Job 24 and 25. And if it be not so now, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth? See, how about Shem Shai's speech and his thoughts? All right, even what he utters, man, doesn't go void. You understand? But everything is happening in its due time. Esau, you've been found. Shalom. On to the next one.